Hello all, welcome to channel Tech Tutorials Learn by Doing. In this tutorial series, we'll learn about Python from beginner to advanced along with the projects. Now, let's get started for today's tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll learn about list data type in Python. List data type contains multiple data that are separated by comma and enclosed inside big bracket. The data they are used inside list can be any valid data type in Python. They can be numbers, they can be string, they can be set, they can be tuple, they can be dictionary, or they can be list itself. We use big bracket in order to denote the list, and the list can also be used as stack. Now let's go to the tutorial. For that, let me open new Python file and give name as a list type. Let's create some sample list. Courses is equals to inside this big bracket we have to include multiple values which are separated by comma. Says string data type Python, then second is string data type AWS, third is string data type Git. Create another list. Creating list equals to 3.5, 3, and 2.9. We can see that this list contains only string data type. This list contains only number data type. Now let us create mixed list. Python 2.3. Let me give set here AWS Git. Let me create dictionary. We'll learn about this extra data type set, dictionary, and tuple in our upcoming lectures. Name equals to Python course full. Here, since it is enclosed inside big bracket, we can call this value as a list, and inside this there are multiple types of value. This is string value, this is numeric value, this is integer value, this is float value, and this is set value, this is dictionary value, or we can include even list. List 1, list 2. So list can contain any data type inside the big bracket notation, but it has to be separated by comma. We print sum of the list, courses list, rating list, mix list, add configuration, list data type, and give me this path for this new file list data type. Let me run it. We have the value here. After knowing about this list data type, let us see some of the functions they are using list data type. Most of the function that we have learned in our string data type is applicable for this list data type also. The first function is indexing. Indexing. Similar to string, indexing is used to extract the particular item from the list. Here also it starts from the 0, and we can also use negative index. So let us extract Python from this courses list. Let me assign it to the variable also. Python value equals to courses list, and for indexing we have to use big bracket and its position is 0. Its position is 0. Now let us print this Python value. It should be Python. Here it extracts Python and assign it to the variable Python value, and we have printed the value of this variable here. We remove this and run. We can see that Python has been printed. So let me extract this 2.3. In order to extract 2.3, it is from this list. So let me copy this list, and it's at index 0 1. So let me write here 1, so that we will print 2 and 3. So we will extract it 2 and 3 also. Let me extract this test one. This one is at index 0 1. This is single item, so 2. This is single item, so 3. This is single item, so 4. If we write this one, we'll get this whole list as an output. We can see that we get this whole list, but inside this also we require first value, so we have to use again big bracket, and for the first index we have to use 0. Now we'll get test one. It also support negative indexing, so that instead of 5 we can also write -1. It will extract the last value, which is this value, and from last value it will extract the first. That means test one will be extracted and printed. Text test one is extracted and printed. So after indexing, let us move toward the slicing. Similar to the slicing that we have learned in our string functions, string data types, here also slicing is used to extract certain portion of list. Let us extract this second and third item. For that, print rating list. Second item means 0 1. It should be start from first position and till end. We can do like this also. We can see that 3 and 2.9 has been extracted, or we can also use 3 because it is exclusive in nature. So if we specify 3, only up to 2 will be taken. So first item and second item. Let us extract this Git and AWS from first course. For that, print courses list. Now let us use negative index. In this case it is as -1, it is as -2 position, so from -2 till the end, so it will print AWS and Git. Let me run the program. You can see that AWS and Git has been run. Let me create one new list with longer value. New list equals to 1 2 3 4 5.6 6 7.48. Now let us extract this 5.6 and 6. For that, print should be extracted from new list. So 5.6 has is at index 0 1 2 3 4. So extract from position 4, and this 6 is at position 5, but 5 will not be included, so increase by 1 and print it. You can see that 5.6 and 6 has been printed. So this is for the slicing part. After slicing, let us move to the repetition. Similar to the string, repetition is used to repeat the value of list by specified number of times. Here we have the value Python, AWS and Git. Let us repeat these values by 2. Course list into 2. So value will be, output will be Python, AWS, Git, and again Python, AWS and Git. Python, AWS and Git, and again Python, AWS and Git. If you specify 3 here, it will be repeated 3 times. Python AWS Git 1 time, Python AWS Git second time, and Python AWS Git third time. So this is for the repetition part. After repetition, let us move toward the next function, that is called length. Similar to the string, here also it gives the length of list, or specify the number of items that are present in the list. Let's print length of courses list. Here we have 1 2 and 3 items, so it should print 3. 3 has been printed. Here also we have 3 items, so rating list also should print 3. For this mixed list, we have 1 item, 2 item, this is one single item, so 3 item, this is one single item, so 4 item, this is one single item, so 5 item, so it should print 5. You can see that it has printed 5. So length is used to print the number of values or the number of data that represent in the list. After length, let us learn about join. Similar to string, join is used to join the item of list with the specified delimiter. For example, let us print this list by delimiting with dash. So delimiting with dash, so we have to use dash dot join courses list. We get python dash aws dash git, python dash aws dash git. We can join it with space also, python aws git, or dot also, python dot aws dot git. So join is used to join the element of the list with the specified separator or delimiter. After join, let us move towards the index. Index. Similar to string, index function finds the specified item and gives position of its occurrence. For example, courses list dot index python. Python is as position index 0, so it will return 0. Let me print this value. So 0 has been printed. It will search for the item python here. So python has occurred at position 0, so it will return value as 0. If you search for git, it will return 2 because it is at second index 0, 1, 2. So it will return 2. If you specify any character that doesn't exist in the list, then it will return an error. Since Java is not in the list, it will give value error that Java is not in the list. Now, after indexing, let us know about count function. For that, let me create one new list, or let me modify this new list. Modify this value as 2, as 2, and this as 3. The count function, it counts the number of occurrence of specified item in the list. For example, let me print number of occurrence of this item 2. New list dot count how many times this value 2 has occurred in this list. It has occurred 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, so it should print value of 3. So 3 has been printed. 3 has occurred 2 times, so if you count the 3, it should be 2. So 2 has been printed. And if you count 7, since 7 has occurred only once, it will should keep the result as 1. And if you specify the value that is not in the list, it should give the value 0. So the value 0 has been printed here. Now let us learn about containment operator. Containment. Containment operator is used to check if an item is present in the list or not. If an item is present in the list, then it returns true, otherwise it returns false. For example, let us check uh, Python in the list. Print Python in course list. The item Python is present in courses list, so that it will return true. We can see that true has been returned. Now let us print if Java is present in the list or not. It is false because Java is not present in the list. But if Java was present in the list, it would have written true. True. After containment operator, let us learn about append operator. Append operator is used to add item to the list at end. For example, this courses list, it has value Python, AWS, and Git. By making use of append operator, we can add another values or another items at end of the list. For example, at first, let me print this list Python, AWS, and Git. Now let me append the value. Courses list that append Java. It will add Java at the end. Then after that, let me print this list again. You can see that previously it was Python, AWS, and Git, and after appending, the Java has been inserted at end of the list. After append operator, let us know about pop operator. Pop operator is used to extract the item from the list from its end. For example, we have the value Python, AWS, Git, and Java. Let us pop the value. Last value equals to process list dot pop. Let me comment all these first and print last value. Should print Java since Java is at end of the list. We can see that Java has been printed. And if we print the original list, then Java will not be present there as it was already popped. We can see that Python, AWS, and Git. And if you again pop, as value 2 equals to courses list dot pop and print last value 2 and again print courses list, then it should have popped Git and printed Git, and after popping the original list will be Python and AWS only. Let me run. We can see that Git has been popped and printed, and after that original list it contains only the value Python and AWS. After pop operation, now let us learn about insert operation. Insert operation is used to insert the item at length at specified position. For example, let me print this original list first. Print courses list as value AWS, Python, and Git. Now let me add the value Java at second index. For that, courses list dot index position is second and value is Java. So it will be inserted at index second. So Python, AWS, and after that it will be Java and Git. So let me print this course again after inserting. It is insert. So Java has been inserted at second index and the rest of the value it has been shifted toward the right. So after insert position, after insert function, let us learn about remove function. Remove function is used to remove first occurrence of item from the list. For example, currently we have the value AWS, Python, AWS, and Git. Let me write Python again here. You can see that Python, AWS, Git, and Python. Now let me remove the item Python. Removed equals to courses list dot remove Python and print courses list. You can see that Python has been removed from the first occurrence. Although there were two values, but only the first occurrence was removed. And if we remove again, then then another first occurrence will be removed. So let me remove Python again and print courses list. You can see that at first this first Python was removed, so our list become AWS, Git, and Python. And again, since we had removed Python from this first occurrence was this one, so this Python has been removed and our list become AWS and Git only. After remove operation, let us learn about extend operation. Extend operation is used to add element of one list to another list. For example, our courses list has value Python, AWS, Git. Let me remove this one. And our rating list has value 3.4, 3, and 2.9. If we are to add these whole values into this list, then we have to use extend function. For example, courses list that extend rating list, and let us print courses list here. Value 3.4, 3, and 2.9 will be appended. So the value is Python, AWS Git, it is from the first list, and the next list it has been extended, and these values are added here. After extend operator, let us know about tail operator. It is used to delete the list. For example, we are using print courses list here. The value has been printed, and if you delete it, then the value will not be printed. So till here, the courses list was present. So Python AWS Git was printed here, and if we try to print again here, then it will not be printed and it will give an error. You can see that courses list is not defined because it has been deleted here. It is used to free memory location from our devices. After delete operation, let us know about clear operation. Clear operation is used to remove all the values from the list. For example, currently we have value Python, AWS and Git. Now if you use clear operator dot clear, and if we print it again, then it will be empty list because this clear operator it removes all the value from the list. Let me run it. We can see that first the values was present and it was printed, and we have used the clear function, so the list was cleared and all the values were removed, and after printing it again we got the empty list. For delete operation, now we'll see how can we copy the list. Courses list 2 equals to courses list 1. It will be the invalid copy. For example, if we print courses list 2, it seems like the list has been copied, but if we modify anything here, for example courses list dot append java print courses list 2, java will be appended there, but it will be added to the original list as well. On it, you can see that it is added to the original list also. So this is referencing to this same list but with two different name, and if you modify anything in the first name, then that will be reflected to second name also. So the valid way to copy will be courses list 2 equals to courses list and this semicolon. We can see that the first list it had value java, because in courses list 2 we had appended java, but it has not affected anything in courses list. Or instead of this we can also use list courses list and this one. You can see that it is also valid. But if we just use course list, then this two name it will represent or it will point to the same list, and if you modify anything with this name, then this list will also be modified. This is also being modified, so valid way will be by this one. After copy operation, now let us learn about some functions here. If our list is numeric in nature, then we can find the functions or values such as maximum value of the list, or sum of the item from the list, or minimum value from the list. For example, let us print maximum value from this rating list. It is 3.4, so 3.4 should be printed. We can see that 3.4 has been printed. Since it is numeric in nature, it is value. It is valid. Now let us print minimum value also, but from this new list. Minimum value is 1, so 1 is printed here. Or let us write, let's find sum from our rating list is 6, 7, 8, 9 point something. Let us run, it is 9.3. But if instead of rating list, if we give courses list, then it will be error because this value, this item is not numeric in nature. So after this one, let us know about sort operation. Let me clear this one. My list equals to 1, 4, 7, 1.7, 10, 6, and 20. Let me print original list first. Let me sort the values, my list dot sort, and let me print the sorted list. Here dot sort operation is doing the sort. Let me print it. First, this is our unsorted list. Then the list has been sorted. And we can see that 1, 1.7, 4, 6, 7, 10, and 20. And the sorted value has been printed. If you require to sort our list in descending order, then we have to specify reverse equals to true. If you run it, the list has been sorted in reverse order. Instead of sort, we can also use sorted. For example, let me comment this first here and write print sorted my list. You can see that it is doing the same operation, and we can also specify here reverse equals to true in order to sort in descending order. We can see that it has been sorted in descending order. Now, after the numeric operation, let us try to sort for the alphabet also. Let's specify the value 1, Z, E, A, B, and AZ, and my list dot sort without specifying anything, and print my list. It will sort. It will be sorted similar to the data in the dictionary. We can see that A comes first, then AB, then AZ, then D, then Z. We can also specify reverse here. Reverse equals to true. It will sort in descending order. Sorting descending order. Instead of this, we can also sort based on the number of character. For example, we can specify key equals to len and to the sort. Since AB is of more length and AZ is of more length, first it will be A, D, Z, and AB and AZ. Now it is sorting based on the length. This is of length 1, so it is present at first. This is of length 1, so it is present at second. After here we can see that it has length 2, so it has been shifted toward the right side. It has length 1, so it has printed in front side. So if we do not specify anything, then it will be sorted in the order same as in dictionary. Now let us learn about the reverse function. Reverse function is used to reverse the item of the list. For example, print my list, my list dot reverse. Let me print the original list first. Simply my list dot reverse, and let me print my list. We can see that the list has been reversed. So last element is present at first, second last is at second, and so on. So this is for today's tutorial, guys. If you like my video, give like button and subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss our future tutorials. Thank you.